welcome back to my channel. This is Liberty, and today I will be journaling the 4 books that I read for the month of April. So I'm adding to my bookshelf right here. I actually overdid it, I think, with the bookshelves. I have added a bookshelf to most of my monthly spreads, but I like drawing them and I like having them in my reading journal. So I'm just adding the 4 books here, as you can see. Now I am just decorating the monthly cover page, and most of the stickers and the decorations are from the website Paper Game, and I will link them down below. And I also use my new label maker, which I truly love. I don't have the best handwriting, so this comes in very handy. I then added my own personal stamp that says Liberty's Library, get cozy and get lost in a book. I am constantly changing how I do my monthly layout each time, and I have yet to find the one that I'm really enjoying. So I'm hoping by the end of the year I find one that I really like doing, but I have to say I really like this one so far. I was keeping track of the pages I read every month, but that just wasn't all that important to me, so I just kind of stopped doing it. I just wanted to create a very pretty spread and add the books right here that I read for the month. So I thought I would speed this up a little bit, but the first book that I read this month is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. He is also the same author of The Martian, and I just love this book. So I actually thought this book cover and the book page deserves something very stark, very bold. I know this is quite shocking to look at that first picture, but I just loved it, and I thought that this book was just simply amazing. I could not put it down. It was exciting from the first page to the very last page, and I just wanted to create a page that really represented how I felt reading this book. If you aren't familiar with this book, you are following a guy named Ryland Grace, and he starts out in the book, he wakes up from a coma, and he doesn't know why, and he doesn't know where he is, but eventually he figures out he is on a spaceship far from Earth, and the rest of his crewmates are dead. He learns throughout the book as he is recovering his memory that he was sent there because the Earth's sun is losing power. So through experimentation, he learns to figure out why and what is causing it. And ultimately, he needs to figure out how to save the planet. He begins to feel very lonely being so far from Earth, and he doesn't have any crewmates to help him do his experimentations. And he starts to feel alone. But the big question is he really? Obviously, I don't want to give out any spoilers, but something happens in the middle of the book that I was completely obsessed with. And I just love the story, where it went, how it went, and how it ended. And I really think this is a wonderful book and definitely a great read. So the next book that I read is Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. And I have to say, this is my first Sally Rooney book. And I feel sad to say it wasn't my favorite. It's not that I didn't like it, I just did not connect with the characters like I thought I should have. And I'm not sure if most of her books are written like this, if they're very character heavy, which is not something I am not saying I don't like. I just didn't connect with these characters. The overall writing and the story was okay. You are essentially following a group of people in the early 30s, and there's just a lot going on with like relationships and sex and politics, and it all becomes a little bit messy. In the end, they do try to figure out their lives, but I don't know, maybe I should consider reading another one of Sally Rooney's books. Let me know down below if you read this book and what your thoughts were of it, and what other Sally Rooney book would you recommend that I read? book wasn't my favorite. I have to say, I really like how this layout turned out. I think it's very pretty. I'm really happy with this page here. So the next book that I read is Sea Change by Gina Chung, and I really wanted to incorporate a heavily sea theme to this spread, although I do add 2 books to this layout. So on the left-hand side will be Sea Change, and you are following the main character. Her name is Ro, and she is in her 30s. She is struggling in life. She is estranged from her mother. Her father has been missing since she was a teenager. He was a marine biologist. Her only best friend has been pulling away from her as she is concentrating on her own wedding, and her boyfriend is on a mission to Mars. So needless to say, she is feeling lonely, and her only companion is at her job at an aquarium is Dolores, who is a giant Pacific octopus. And she forms a bond with this octopus, and what happens later is that the octopus is going to be sold to a private buyer for a private aquarium, and it really makes her world kind of upside down. But the book is just enchanting, and I loved it. And the last book I read is The Elevation Approach by Tina Wells, and this is a nonfiction, and it is about how to manage your time and manage your passions in a self-loving and in a more mindful way. And I really did enjoy this book as well. So I added my books here on my 50 book goal, and then I also have a book bingo where I did read a book with a blue cover. I added to my bookshelves, and of course I added the book covers, which I love doing every single month. It's fun to look at the book covers. I really enjoy the spread for April. I like the simplicity of the cover page. I like how all of my books turned out for their layout. I really enjoy how Project Hail Mary turned out. I really like looking at this, and yeah, so it's been fun putting this together, and I hope you guys find some inspiration, and let me know what your favorite book was for the month of April. Mine was definitely Project Hail Mary. Thank you for spending time with me, and don't forget to get cozy and get lost in a book. Until next time, cheers.